Apparently, this is based on a book series called The Cardigans of the Circle C. You chose book 6 out of 8 because it had Christmas in the title. Hallmark! Also, there was 3 Christmas ones. Why was this one so special? I don't know. I didn't read the other ones. I don't care enough unless they're made into Hallmark movies, and maybe I'll review them. Maybe, maybe not. Buggy! Yo! What's him doing? Hi, baby! One random day and insert cold day between November and December here, Willa gets a letter in the mail. It's some beneficiary stuff from Mr. Conrad, leaving her $100,000 in his will and 2 weeks paid vacation to the Bramble House. Who is he?
Fuck you and fuck Christmas!
Actually, Willa was Mr. Conrad's nurse. So for his kids to not be getting shit, you know you fucked up. Finn doesn't believe this since, 1, nurses screw wills out of the elderly all the time, which is true, but also that his father abandoned them, never said he was sick, and just can't see why he would give that much to her. Molly, his sister, believes that they were never in the will, but Finn is still suspicious, since his father even made a new will before his passing. I mean, it could have been going nowhere, and he just made it to her so you wouldn't even after death. Speaking from experience as someone who had family with no will, it goes to next of kin. So A, he realized that, or B, someone had an agreement somewhere for his kids to not get shit. That, and he was already a shit dad, so why would you want anything from him anyway? Why would you want shit from this dad when you yourself said, I don't like this guy. This guy abandoned us. Why should we want anything from him? And also, you guys are well off, so like, what did you want from him exactly? The purpose of saying, oh, I got the last laugh, I have your shit now. Like, what if he had nothing? What if he was homeless and he had absolutely nothing? What if his will, now mind you, I'm throwing strays here. What if his will was so nonsensical that whoever read it would not even know what he was trying to say? Like, what if he wrote it like death's door and he was just absolute nonsense? Would you still want that? I don't know. Like, even then, would you even want something that he wrote himself when you don't even, like, want anything from him? I keep repeating it because I don't get it. He did nothing for you. He hurt you. Why do you want something from this man? A little backstory on Willa. She has a son named Scout, who has been sick for the past 2 years and is recently better after having surgery on his heart. Again, maybe Mr. Conrad had a change of heart, seeing her son or her talk about him. I don't know, but this is some good change for the two. But Willa can't help but feel like either this is some mistake or too good to be true, as she is no longer a nurse. But I'm sure we'll hear the reason why, since we do see her looking for another nursing position. Finn talks to a lawyer to stop the money from going forward and to see if the nurse actually did something to get the money. All evidence of doings must be put in by the end of the year, and Finn's got to go and talk to her. Oh, Hallmark, you accidentally made your Christmas movie into a thriller again. I fear for poor Willa's life. Willa and Scout arrive at the Bramble House. They meet Mabel Bramble, the host of the house, as she shows them around. Some time passes as Willa is sitting on the steps where Finn shows up fashionably late for check-in. Willa has no concept of stranger danger and just outright says her full name. Might as well just give him your social security too while you're at it. He realizes that this is the Willa he needs to talk to, but is interrupted by Scout. Good thing Finn isn't a raging asshole and decides not to make it a scene and gives Willa the what's up. And before I forget this meme,
give me your fucking money!
Scout realizes that Finn is the artist of the book as his sister is the author, which gets him super excited. While out of town, Finn tries to get Willa to talk about her nursing and some of her patients. But HIPAA exists, and she kind of was a nurse since she got all the credentials, but isn't fully one. So A, she was shadowing one, or B, Finn's dad was her first technical patient or long-term one. I don't know how that works, but we're here now, and I think Finn's kind of realizing that she's not a bad person, but this is the first meeting, so things can change. Here's how everything goes from here on. Hey, you must be a nurse. I was, nursing in a... So you were a nurse and, nurse. We see the three hanging out a bit, walking around town, building gingerbread houses, carriage rides, and some ice skating. So I know what you're thinking, and, when's she gonna find out? I mean, when's he gonna tell her? I mean, she's a nice lady, and her son's a fan of his work. What's stopping him, really?
I'm sorry, I'm allergic to bullshit.
And don't you fret. You'll only have to wait an hour hour and 12 minutes.
I was really sick the last 2 years. I thought I might die.
Scout,
So everyone stopped asking what I wanted to be when I grew up.
Jesus Christ, that's Jesus Christ.
Willa ultimately tells Finn that the money Mr. Conrad gave them was to cover for Scout's medical bills, and that he had some grievances before dying, not being able to be there for his kids and thinking that he was a bad dad in leaving them, but then later realizes it was a mistake. Damn, wish he could have written that in a will or something like, give them something as an I'm sorry. Would have meant jack shit, but at least they would have had something in writing at least. I mean, pride is a terrible sin. Finn talks to Molly and says that he's not going through with the lawsuit as Molly calls him out, saying that's how she got to their dad, but tells her everything that's happened to Scout and about her. This comes as a shock to her as she comes to the Bramble House herself and says she's going to tell Willa everything, especially who Finn and her are, his Mr. Conrad's children. Finn doesn't want her to, but newsflash guy, you lied about who you were first. He agrees to tell her, but on his terms, and he himself will do it.
What could possibly go wrong?
Because Finn won't tell the truth, Molly does. Willa is genuinely upset and tells the two that her dad did love them. Not enough to write them. Not enough to tell them, but to tell a random stranger, so I guess that counts in some aspects. This anger lasts maybe 7-ish minutes before she agrees to stay. Willa and Finn kiss, spending their Christmas at the Bramble House along with their new friends. Good. I like Finn's push. Hey, my dad died and it hasn't done jack shit for me and my sister all of our lives. I deserve his money. Give me my money, woman. I like how Ken talks to Scout as he sees him in his formal Santa attire, saying he's the helper for Santa as the real one is on his way, especially when it was an accident he was seen out of character. Also, who's Ken? There's a Santa, and then there's Mabel, and then you can ignore them because they're not really prevalent. Shh. They are kind of more in the books, but not really, so shh. I think this is one of the first Hallmark movies where we have song after song playing. Usually it's one song or maybe an instrumental, but it's just a royalty-free Christmas songs galore. Bad. Mabel is, needed a little more time doing some reshoots and revisiting on her acting skills. Boy, did she try. Why does Willa hate that Scout reads? She's like, hey kid, love your reading, but it's 8 a.m. and negative 20 degrees out. Let's go hiking. Look outside in the dark trees. See Bigfoot and Mothman eating the chupacabra. I mean, like, there's more than just books, which I can see, but also, like, he's like, 8. Leave this kid alone. Let the kid read his damn book. Willa keeps trying to help Mabel out because she's injured herself, but, rule of thumb, if asked for it, go for it. If you do it without asking, you're being a hindrance and stressing them out more by telling them they can't do anything without help. Also, it's her house. Wouldn't hurt to ask her if she could do stuff. There's a side plot with Mabel and Ken getting together. I say this now because it means nothing to the plot. I bet you even forgot their names until now. That's how little they matter. So what's the history of the Bramble House? I mean, it's just a house passed down from generation to generation, but what's it about? Who's Mabel for that matter? Maybe you should read the book and find out, or the review. It still kind of doesn't fucking matter. The history is that it was owned by the Brambles and passed down. That's all you need to know, kid. And it all was a Christmas miracle, or whatever the hell this movie ended on. Needless to say, if she didn't have Scout, he would have given her the bee's knees. There's no joke here. Actually, there is one since Finn kind of insinuated at the beginning of the movie.
Give me money, give me money, give me money, give me money, give me money.